The alien armada didn't fire when they reached Earth. They simply waited. 5,000 warships, colossal and silent, surrounded our planet in a perfect, suffocating formation. Then, a single sentence flashed across every screen on the planet, in every language. You have 12 hours to surrender your leaders. That was it. No threats of annihilation. No demands for resources or territory. No mention of war. It's just that one, simple, chilling ultimatum. The governments of Earth were thrown into chaos. This wasn't how galactic conquest was supposed to work. Every historical record, every xenopolitical theory, stated that an invading force would demonstrate its power, first shatter a moon, glass, a continent, something to break a planet's spirit. But this was different. They were offering a choice. Humanity didn't understand what it meant. Not yet. For millennia, the galaxy had operated under a brutal but effective doctrine of war. It was simple. Decapitate the leadership, and the civilization collapses. Cut off the head of the snake, and the body will wither and die. Every species, from the hive-minded klaxons to the telepathic lumina, adhered to this rule. It was the foundation of interstellar conflict. Every species, that is, except one, humans. We had done something no other species in the galaxy had ever considered, let alone mastered. We learned to fight without leaders. Our history was a testament to it. We had lost kings in battle, presidents to assassins, generals to betrayal, and we just kept fighting. Empires rose and crumbled. Dynasties faded into dust. But humanity endured. We weren't defined by our figureheads. We were defined by our resilience. The alien armada, with all its advanced technology and cold, hard logic, believed that without our leaders, Earth would fracture. They were about to learn how catastrophically wrong they were. The initial shock of the message lasted for maybe an hour. But then, something incredible happened. Humanity didn't panic. We didn't riot. We decentralized. It started at the top. The unified global governments, in a move that would be studied for centuries, released all military control codes. Not to their top generals, but to regional commanders. Those commanders then passed them down to city-level authorities, who then passed them down to civilian defense networks. Within a few short hours, Earth no longer had a single president, a single prime minister, or a single supreme commander. It had 7 billion decision-makers. The alien prediction engines, which could calculate the outcome of 1 trillion different strategic variables, failed instantly. They went dark. Human response became a quantum uncertainty, an infinite storm of possibilities that was impossible to calculate. How could you predict an enemy that had no central nervous system? And that's when our true nature emerged. We didn't just become leaderless, we became resourceful. Civilian transport ships designed for hauling grain and tourists were hastily retrofitted with makeshift armor and whatever weaponry could be strapped to their hulls. Deep space mining lasers, once used to crack asteroids, were recalibrated and aimed at the sky, becoming planetary-scale orbital cannons. The vast network of traffic and communication satellites that circled our globe, the very things that brought us our daily news and internet, were turned into a swarm of kinetic kill vehicles ready to be deorbited at a moment's notice. Humanity didn't mobilize as a military, we mobilized as a species. Every farmer, every engineer, every programmer, every stay-at-home parent became a soldier, a strategist, a part of the war effort. The alien armada, waiting patiently for our surrender, suddenly started losing ships. 1 here, 2 there. The attacks came from nowhere and everywhere. They were unconventional, unpredictable, and completely absent from any simulation the aliens had ever run. A cargo hauler ramming a destroyer's engine block, a swarm of weather satellites causing a chain reaction in a cruiser's shield array, a modified asteroid miner carving a warship in half from a blind spot. We weren't following doctrine. We were inventing a new kind of war in real time, fueled by desperation and sheer unadulterated human ingenuity. The alien commanders tried to adapt. They tried to analyze the chaos, to find a pattern in the madness, but it was too late. Humanity had already rewritten the rules of the battlefield. When the alien flagship finally gave the order for planetary bombardment, the tactic they should have started with, they found that Earth was no longer a soft target. It was a porcupine, a chaotic, decentralized, and furiously angry defense network met their plasma volleys. For every weapon they knocked out, 2 more came online somewhere else. They couldn't paralyze us because there was no central point to strike. There was no head to cut off. There were only millions upon millions of hands, all pulling triggers, all launching attacks, all fighting for their home. For the first time in galactic history, technologically superior fleet began to retreat from a species that was, by all metrics, weaker. They weren't retreating because we were stronger or smarter or had better weapons. They were retreating because humanity was fundamentally, terrifyingly uncontrollable. The war, if you could even call it that, ended with a new law being written into the great galactic doctrine. A single, stark warning passed down from one starfaring civilization to the next. It was a rule born from the humbling defeat of a mighty armada, and it was very, very simple. It's never threaten human leadership, because humans are at their most dangerous when no one is in charge. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.